Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Verse number 76. فَلَا يَحْزُنْكَ قَوْلُهُمْ إِنَّا نَعْلَمُ مَا يُسِرُّونَ وَمَا يُعْلِنُونَ. So fala, two words fa and la. Fa is for harfu istinafiya, means a new topic is starting from this verse. Wala nahiya jazma, and la is the harf that makes the present tense majzoom, and you see this yahzun is majzoom. Let's go through this, page 35. The particles that change the mood of the verb to majzoom are called haruful jazima. They are lam, li, la, in, lamma. So la is this, should not. And you know, I have showed you this many times, how to make the present tense majzoom. So huwa version, hiya version of a verb, huwa, hiya, anta, ana and nahnu, they are simply made majzoom by putting sukoon on the last letter. So if we go back, so let's look at the table for yahzunu. Which is on page 220. So hazana yahzunu, yahzunu present tense and fail mudare. So I said huwa, hiya, anta, ana and nahnu, they are made majzoom by putting sukoon, by replacing this dhamma with the sukoon or jazm. So this will become yahzun, tahzun, tahzun, ahzun, nahzun. So this is the majzoom form of this verb, and for all other forms noun is removed except hunna and antunna, they don't change. So this yahzunu will become yahzun when you make this majzoom, when this precedes by any haruful jazima. So because of la, the fail mudare, this is la has made this majzoom. So yahzunu is hazana yahzunu, form 1, 3 letters, hazana. So failun mudariun majzumun bila wa alamatu jazmuhu sukun akhirhu. So this sukun is the sign that this is majzoom. And ka is zamirun muttasilun, attached pronoun, and is maful bihi. Hazana yahzinu, to grieve who? You. So you is referring to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So ka is maful bihi and is muqaddam because we have not described the file yet. So we have a fail and this maful. So normally is fail, file, maful, but here maful is coming before file. So yahzunka, grieve you. So let not or should not grieve you. So the file is coming, which is qawlu, and this you see qawlu is marfu. So file marfu bid dhamma, this qawlu, this you see dhamma here. Huwa mudaf and hum becomes mudaf alayh. Hum is zamirun muttasilun mudaf alayh. So qawluhum, their words, their speech. So their speech let not or should not grieve you. This is what it means. Inna, two words, inna plus na. Inna is harfu tawkidin wa nasbin, and na is mirun muttasilun ismu inna. Indeed we, na lamu. So na lamu comes from the verb alima ya lamu. Let's look at the table for alima ya'lamu, page 140. So huwa ya'lamu, huma ya'lamani, hum ya'lamuna, hiya ta'lamu, huma ta'lamani, hunna ya'lamna, anta ta'lamu, antuma ta'lamani, antum ta'lamuna, anti ta'lamina, antuma ta'lamani, antunna ta'lamna, ana a'lamu, nahnu na'lamu. Not sure why I have this as ya'lamu. So alamu na'lamu. So ya'lamu, ya'lamani, ya'lamuna, ta'lamu, ta'lamani, ya'lamna, ta'lamu, ta'lamani, ta'lamuna, ta'lamina, ta'lamani, ta'lamna, alamu na'lamu. So this is na'lamu. This is for nahnu. So na'lamu, we know. Failun mudariun marfoon, and this is the marfu form with dhamma, because it has a dhamma, is not a mansoob or majzoom like this was a majzoom form of the present tense. This is the marfu form of the present tense. So the file is nahnu, which is we, and this goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Well, jumla na'lamu wa ma ba'duha khabar inna. So means when we have inna, we have to find ismu inna and khabru inna. So ismu inna was the na in here, inna plus na, and khabru inna is na'lamu, and whatever it's coming after is khabru inna. So ma means whatever, ism mawsul fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bihi, know whatever, we know whatever, bimana allazi, yusirruna. So the verb yusirruna is a verb, ma yusirruna. Yusirruna is the verb coming from asarra yusirru. Form 4, you see 3 letters sarara, and when you add hamza before 3 root letters, it becomes form 4. Let's look at on page 40. So this verb form 4 is formed by prefixing hamza with fatha to the root form fa'ala. So just like af'ala. So just like it becomes asarra yusirru. So yusirru is yusirruna. Let's look at the table for asarra yusirru, page 221. Huwa yusirru, huma yusirrani, hum yusirruna. So this is for whom. So yusirruna, they conceal, they hide. So yusirruna failun mudariun marfuun bi subuti noon. So this presence of noon here means that it's a marfu form, because in the mansoob form and the majzoom form, noon is omitted. Noon is not, you won't see noon. So asluhu yusiriru. So is actually sarara, asarara, yusiriru. You see, it's very difficult to pronounce in its original form. So, and the hamza is omitted from it. This hamza is omitted from it, and then it changes to yusirru. This, when you see 2 letters, that means this is the doubling of 2, so which is we see here yusirru, and then hamza is omitted. to make it simple. So asarra yusirru. So they conceal. Fa'iluhu hum. Wama waw harfu atfin, ma again matuf ala ma al ula, which is this ma. So this is matuf for this ma. Same whatever. Yulinuna, same verb, same form verb. Form 4, alana yulinu. You see alana, 3 letters and hamza is added. So this is form 4. So yulinuna, similarly yasirruna. The file is home, but let's look at the table on page 222. So alana yulinu, huwa yulinu, huma yulinani, hum yulinuna. So you see here yulinuna is for whom. They reveal. So the file is home. So indeed we know whatever they conceal and whatever they reveal. So fala yahzunka, so the simple translation is their speech or their words should not grieve you. This is their words or their speech should not or let not grieve you. Indeed we means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we know what they hide or what they conceal and what they reveal. So the word alana yulinu, we know the word alan, so that comes from there, alan, to make an announcement. So announcement is something, revelation, something which is revealing. So the meaning is whatever they make an announcement or whatever they reveal. So that was verse number 76. Verse number 77, awalam yaral insanu anna khalaqnahu min nutfatin faiza huwa khasimun mubinun. So hamza is again, this is hamza to istifham, hamza for questioning. So this is the questioning sentence, and waw is harfu istinafiya. Harfu istinafiya means this is a different topic. Walam harfu nafi wa jazmin, and lam is again one of the particles that will make fi'l mudari majzum, just like la in the previous verse. La made this majzum, so similarly lam will make this majzum. Page 35. So yara, to see, ra'a yara, ra'a yara. Form 1. So yara is fi'lun mudari'un majzumun bilam walamatu jazmuhu hazfi harfi illa. So in this case the majzum is formed because this is the weak letter. So just by omitting this, the fi'l mudari majzum is formed. Asluhu yurayu, so is actually ra'a yurayu, but qalabat al ya alfan, so the ya changes to alif. This is alif. Wa hazafat al hamza ba'da nakri harkatuha ila sakin qabluha. So and this hamza is omitted after transferring its sukoon to this. Walamma jazmu hazafat alf. So when this alf has a sukoon, then is omitted because in the majzum form. So this is what it says, that actually this is yurayu, this is omitted, and then when you see here because this has to be majzoom. When you change this to, when you put jazm there, then this one is omitted. So simply the weak, when you see the weak letter, weak verb, then is made majzoom by removing the harful illa. So let's look at the table on page 162. Surah Yara. So you see Yara, and this is the Rafa form, and in the majzoom form this is omitted, so we don't see that. So yeah, Yara to see, this is the fail, and the file is coming after al insanu, the man, file marfu bid dhamma, and we see this dhamma here, means the man. Here is the file. Anna is like inna, the sister of inna. So anna is harfu tokidin wa nasbin, wa na ismuha, that we khalaqnahu. So khalaqna is coming from the verb khalaqa yakhluqu, form 1. So let's look at the table, page 178. So huwa khalaqa, huma khalaqa, hum khalaqu, hiya khalaqat, huma khalaqata, hunna khalaqna, anta khalaqta, antuma khalaqtuma, antum khalaqtum, anti khalaqti, antuma khalaqtuma, antunna khalaqtunna, ana khalaqtu, nahnu khalaqna. So this is the verb form used, khalaqna. Khalaqnahu. I'll fix this after. So khalaqnahu, we created him. Khalaqa yakhluqu fi'lu madin wa fa'iluhu nahnu, wal ha zamirun muttasilun maf'ul bihi. So khalaqna is fi'lu madin and the file is nahnu. I just showed you that this is the farda nahnu, and the jumla is we see that this is anna, so we have ismu anna here, the na, and this jumla is khabru inna. Khalaqnahu, we created him. Again we goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Min nutfatin jarun wa majrurun. So min harfu jar, nutfatin ism majrur bil kasrati. Faiza wa harfu atfin, that means then. Wa iza harfu fujaya, means the particle of surprise, for to show the surprise in the sentence. So huwa is zamirun munfasilun mubtada. This is the detached pronoun and is coming as a mubtada, and khasimun is khabar. Khabar has to be marfu, so is marfu bid dhamma. Huwa khasimun, he is the challenger. So this is a complete sentence. Huwa khasimun, he is a challenger. Mubinun, clear or open. So he is open challenger. Mubinun is sifa marfu misluha. So this you see here naat manut. Khasimun is manut. Mubinun is naat for khasimun. So you see that khasimun, mubinun, singular, un. No al here, I mean, is not marifa. So this is following is manut in all those 4 properties. You can see the detail on page 12. So let's translate, make a simple translation. So did the man not see that we created him min nutfatin, from the nutfa, or the drop of fluid, and then lo, he is an open challenger. Mean now he is challenging. He doesn't realize his creation, and then he is challenging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that which is going to come in the next verse. Verse number 78. وَزَرَبَ لَنَا مَثْلًا وَنَسِيَ خَلْقَهُ قَالَ مَنْ يُحْيِي الْعِظَامَ وَهِيَ رَمِيمٌ. So وَزَرَبَ, normally zaraba is to hit. We can also use as to give, hit with an example or to give an example. Al-wawu harfu atfin wa zaraba yazribu. So fi'lu madin wa fa'iluhu huwa. This is the past tense. The table for zaraba yazribu is on page 132. Means he goes to insan, the man. Lana faras, jarun wa majrurun, two words, la plus na. La harf of jar, na ism majroor, zamirun muttasilun, ism majroor. Masalan, so when you see fail here, then masalan is the maf'ul. To give what? An example. Masalan, and is mansoob. So maf'ul bihi mansoobun wa lamatu nasbuhu al-fatah. And for its sign, because maf'ul has to be mansoob. Wa nasiya. Nasiya, waw harfu atfin. Nasiya yansa is the verb, 3 letters, form 1. So nasiya is fi'lu madin wa fa'iluhu dhamir fihi huwa. Again is the table is on page 223. So nasiya yansa, this for huwa. So fi'lu madin was fa'iluhu huwa. Khalqahu, so khalqun is ism and is maf'ul, because this is coming after the fail. Khalqa normally should be khalqun, but because this is maf'ul, so has to be mansoob, so that is why khalq should be khalqan, but then it becomes mudaf, and mudaf cannot have the heaviness, no un, no an, no an, no in. So the doubling is removed, so that is why is khalqa, not khalqan. Khalqahu, who is the mudaf alayh. So who wa hu wal ha, this ha is mirun muttasilun, is attached pronoun, fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alayh. We know that all the pronouns are mabni, so they don't show the changes of u, a, e. So this will remain as who wherever it's gonna come. Then we have to say fi mahalli jarrin is coming in place of jar and is mudaf alayh. So this is mudaf alayh. Khalquhu, his creation of his. You can see the detail of mudaf alayh on page 14. And is maf'ul bihi, maf'ul on page 47. So, and he forgot his creation. Kala, he said. Kala yakulu, fi'lu madin. Kala is fi'lu madin, naqisun, and this is weak verb. Wa fa'iluhu huwa, and this is for huwa, page 137. Man is who. Ismu istifham mubtada. So this is coming as mubtada. Mubtada khabar you can see on page 19. Yukhji, again form 4 verb. Ahya yukhji is actually ahyaya yukhji, just like form 4 verb. Aslama yuslimu, adding hamza to 3 root letters. Ayaya. So and yukhji failun mudariun marfoon bidamatil muqaddara. So in other words, is actually yuhyiyu dammatil muqaddara. So there is an estimated damma here which we don't see. Lisik, because of heaviness. So it's easy to say yuhyi than yuhyiyu, so because of heaviness. Wal file damir fihi huwa, so this is for huwa version. Ahyaya yuhyiyu, this is the huwa version, so the file is huwa, which is inside doer. And on page 128 there is a table here for ahya yuhyi. So this is huwa, for huwa yuhyi. Who brings to life, complete sentence. So this is mubtada, this is khabar. Wal jumla khabar man. Al izam, so izam is jama for azm. Jama for ismun. Izamun, so this is the plural, the bones. Al izam, the bones, so is mansub. You see here, this is mansub. So when you see a noun, mansub noun after the verb, then this is maf'ul. So al izam is maf'ul bihi mansubun wal amatu nasbuhu al fatah. So the fatah sign is the sign shows that this is maf'ul. So al izam, the bones, wahiya, while they, wawul hal, waw also comes in hal, like in what condition. Here goes to izam because this is broken plural, this is not the regular plural that we know. Muslimun, musliman, muslimin, muslimani, muslimaini, muslimaini, muslimuna, muslimina, muslimina, that the table that we is on page 4. So that is not on this pattern. So this is a jama taksir. When there is a jama taksir, the pronoun used is here, I mean singular feminine pronoun is used, so that is why here is used for to represent izam. So here zamirun munfasilun is mubtada, wa ramimun khabar here marfu bidamma, and so this is mubtada, this is khabar, and while they are, ramim means decomposed, decayed, like who will give them the life. They're saying when the bones are decayed or decomposed. So in the previous verse it was the man not see that we created him from a drop of fluid, and though he is open challenger, so means he is now challenging. How he is challenging? So he is giving an example, and he forgets his creation. He is forgetting his creation, and he is saying, he said, man yuhyi, who is the one who gives life, al izama, to the bones when they are decayed. So this is the translation for verse number 78. Verse number 79. Kul yuhyiha allazi anshaha awwala marratin wa huwa bikulli khalqin alimun. So this is the answer to that question or that challenge that he was posing for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving a reply to his challenge, that through Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, kul, you say. So kul is coming from the verb kala yakulu, and then from yakulu it becomes, if you make felu amrin, it becomes kul. Let's look at page 28. So there is a process for 3-letter verb to make the fe'lu amrin, the direct command verb. This is the whole process, but for kala yakulu, because so I have a note here. Note that there are some weak verbs, fe'lu naqis, just like kala, with one of the weak root letters, which weak letter called haruful illa, like a, u, or waw or ya, hamza, waw or ya, like in kala yakulu, which have different formation. For the case of kala yakulu, the first letter is not the first letter doesn't have a sukoon, therefore it can be pronounced without hamzatul wasl. Let's look at this, go through this first for a better understanding. So a direct command can only be given to the second person and in the present tense. So when you see a direct command verb, that means is coming from the present tense and from the 6 forms of the pronoun for the second person: anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. So for example, in the case of dakhala yadkhulu, so for anta, yadkhulu is tadkhulu, antuma tadkhulani, antum tadkhuluna, anti tadkhulina, antuma tadkhulani, antunna tadkhulna. So you see the 3 letters are da, kha and la, and this, the first has the sukoon, right? So, and in the next step, when you remove ta, you can't pronunciate da, right, because there is no harka on da. So that is why hamza is added. So this is what this is described here. Remove the sign of the second person imperfect tense ta, remove ta. So when you remove ta, it looks like this. You can't pronunciate any of these words because they're starting from a letter that doesn't have any harka. So how you gonna pronunciate this when in this situation? So then what we do, we add hamzatul wasl. Hamzatul wasl is added, and then what harka hamzatul wasl will take? This will take the harka of the second letter. If is dhamma, and if is kasra or fatha, then this will take kasra. So only this hamzatul wasl have 2 haraka, either dhamma or kasra, no fatha, in the case of this direct command verb. But this does not apply for kala yakulu. Why? Because in the case of kala yakulu, so say for example, let's look at let me show you the formation of the verb. Which is on page 137. So kala yakulu, huwa yakulu, huma yakulani, hum yakuluna, hiya takulu, huma takulani, hunna yakulna. So first, for the command verb is going to come from the second person, because you can't give command to the person who is not there, the third person, huwa or hiya, and you can't give command to yourself or we, anna, nahnu, so they are out. Only those 6 formations: takulu, takulani, takuluna, takulina, takulani, takulna. You can change those to amar. So first step is remove the ta. So in this case, even if you remove the ta, you can still pronounce here, right? Because the next letter has a dhamma here. So it's not in the case of tadkhulu, because dal does not have any haraka. But in the case of kala yakulu, because those weak verbs, they behave differently, so they just don't follow the regular verbs. That is why you see here kala yakulu, this ka has a haraka. So if you remove ta and if you make it jazm, this is what the process was saying. On page 28. So I'm going back to the process, how to make a fe'lu amrin. So first step, we remove the ta, then we can't pronunciate, then we have to add hamzatul wasl, and then hamzatul wasl will get it can, so the add hamzatul wasl, and if the second radical has fatha or kasra, then hamzatul wasl will get kasra, and otherwise dhamma, because dhamma for dhamma, fatha kasra, it will change to kasra. Like zaraba yazribu, the amr is going to be izrib. For dakhala yadkhulu, amr is going to be udkhul. So this is the difference. So since this in this case has a dhamma, so it's going to be udkhul, udkhul, and then there is a next step. Step 3, the last letter is dropped where there is noon. So noon is where you see noon, this is removed, and then the masculine singular, this will take the majzoom, take sukoon there. So I'm going back to the verse. So kala yakulu, so this is takulu. Even if you remove ta and make lam majzoom, it actually becomes kul, right? So this waw and lam, then they just combine to make it kul. So in other words, if you remove this, so this gonna be, and they make this majzoom, so it's written like, it should be like this, but then it because even if you even with I mean written like this or this, the pronunciation is same, so is that is why they just simply make it kul. Fe'lu amrin wa hazafat waw liltaqai sakinaini, because then there are two sukoon here, this waw has a sukoon and this lam has a sukoon, so this then waw is omitted, so then kul becomes kul. Hope this is clear. I can go back to the table again. So fe'lu amrin, so remove ta and make this lam majzoom, so you see two sukoon here, then waw is omitted, so this is simply this is what I am trying to say. So kala yakulu, the fe'lu amrin for is kul, fa'iluhu anta is for anta. Say, this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to Prophet to say, to tell, you tell them, yuhyiha. Again, ahya yuhyi, I think this is the same verb, ahya yuhyi, form 4 has come again, ahya yuhyi. So yuhyi fe'lun mudari'un marfu'un bidammatil muqaddara alal ya'i lisikl, again same thing which was described here, lisikl. So same thing, is the marfu form of the fe'l mudari, but waw is omitted because I mean is there but is not seen, so that is why it's called estimated dhamma alal ya'i lisikl, because of the heaviness. And ha is attached pronoun zamirun muttasilun, and the pronouns are all mabni, so they don't show the changes of u, a, e, so that is why we call it fi mahallin nasbin, is actually has a sukoon here on the alif, so we call it fi mahallin nasbin maf'ul bihi, because yuhyiha, give life to what, to who, so this is the answer to this, so this is maf'ul for this fail. And the ahya yuhyi, the file the doer is he, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is also coming here. So this is because it's coming after, so that is why it's not described here, because the file is coming after. So allazi ism mawsul mabni ala sukoon, it has a sukoon on ya, but the file has to be rafa, so that is why we call it fi mahalli rafin file. This sukoon is in place of rafa and is file, because allazi is like any the pronouns that does not change, so that this is mabni. So that is why we have to say fi mahalli rafin, that this is in place of rafa. Because if whether you use it for rafa form, nasab form or jazm form, it will be like this. So when you're using it as a file, you have to say that this is for in place of rafa, fi mahalli rafin, and this is file. The one who, say the one who, he is the one who gives life, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The one who anshaha, so the verb is again for form 4. Ansha yunshi, ansha yunshiyu, so is actually yunshiyu, ansha yunshiyu. Fe'lu madin, so ansha fe'lu madin, this is coming from here. Fe'lu madin wa fa'iluhu dhamir fihi huwa. I have the complete conjugation of this verb on page 223. No, it's not page 224. Ansha yunshiyu, page 224. So ansha yunshiyu, this is the for huwa. So this is page 224. Ansha yunshiyu, to produce. Ansha ha, so ha is again referring to the izam, the bones. And again, because this is the jama taksir, broken plural, so that is why is not who, is ha, because it's singular feminine. So yukhyi fi'lu mudarin marfoon bi dammatil muqaddara, estimated damma alal ya'i, on ya, lisikl, because of heaviness. And ha zamirun muttasilun fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bihi, and is maf'ul muqaddam because the file is coming after. So allazi is file, ism mawsul mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafa file. Allazi, I just explained that. Anshaha, so fe'lu madin wa fa'iluhu dhamir fihi huwa, so the file is huwa because this is for huwa. And ha is zamirun muttasilun maf'ul bihi, produce them, which is referring to the bones, izam. Awwala marratin, awwala is zarfu zaman mansub, all the zuruf are mansub, so this is means the adverb of time, the first time. Marrat, awwala marratin, and marratin is mudaf alayh, so this is zarf mudaf alayh, same like mudaf alayh, we have zarf mudaf alayh, so this is mudaf alayh marratin and is majroor. Mudaf alayh has to be majroor, wa alamatu jarrihi al kasra, and this is kasra sign. Only kasra comes for two cases, either is jarun wa majroorun or is mudaf alayh. There is no third situation where this kasra will come. So mudaf alayh majroor, lamtu jarrihi al kasra, wa huwa waw harfu atfin, huwa dhamirun munfasilun mubtada, detached pronoun and is coming as mubtada. Bi kulli, bi and kulli, jarun majroorun, two words. Ba is harfu jar, kulli is a majroor, we see here the jar sign. Wa kulli then becomes mudaf, and khalqin is mudaf alayh majroor, wa lamatu jarrihi al kasra, you see this is kasra, so kulli khalqin, all the creation. alimun. So huwa mubtada munfasilun, alimun is khabar, means he is, I mean when there is mubtada khabar means he is knowledgeable with every creation. So the simple translation would be that say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling Prophet to say or to tell them, yuhyiha, he gives life to the one who, he is the one who gives life to who, to the bones, to the ramim, to the izam, while they are ramim, to the decayed bones. Anshaha awwala marratin, just like he produced them the first time. So when he produced the first time, why he cannot produce them the second time? Wahuwa bikulli khalkin azim, and he is knowledgeable with his with all his creation. So say he brings them or them referring to the bones to life, the one who produced them the first time, and he is knowledgeable of all the creation. Because he is knowledgeable, when he produced them the first time, he can also produce them the second time, even though they are decayed or decomposed. So that completes verse number 79. We will start from verse number 80 in the next session, inshallah.